Hi. All right, let's turn the music down and fix this camera. Okay, so after a conversation just yesterday with a young client of mine, I wanted to take a minute to go over why, for one, I don't want you to start with 5 different products when you start with us. You know, it's very rare in the skincare world that formulators use whole, complete herbs and oils. For one, without watering down lotion with things like glycerin and dimethicone and lots of water. And then secondly, when it comes to cleansers, obviously our cleansers are powdered, if you don't know. And what that means is that they have whole herbs in them. Unadulterated, fresh ground, whole herbs in your cleansers, which is also a mask. And so I just wanted to go through with you guys what that looks like for your skin and why I ask you to start slow with Brazen Bee. It's not because anything is harsh. It's not because I expect anything to irritate you. It's actually because what I want your workhorses to be, as I say, are your cleanser and your moisturizer. And if your cleanser and your moisturizer are not getting, let's say a good 70% of the work done that you desire for your skin, then they're crap. I want your base products to do most of the work. And everything else after that, I say, should really be gravy. And that's because, for one, I'm not actually into you having to spend, I have clients that have spent thousands of dollars in a month on skincare. That's not necessary, and it shouldn't be necessary if things are being formulated for you correctly. I want you to know that. I have lots of beautiful products that I make. They do miraculous things. I usually, by the way, just if you're thinking about starting out, if you've really contemplated getting away from all of the chemicals in your skincare, I want you to know that it's most typical that I get an email within 3 days of someone's first time with us, and they're already absolutely flabbergasted at how different their skin feels, at how different it looks, that people around them are telling them, wow, like I see a visible difference. What's happening with you right now? What are you using? And so a majority of the way that Brazen Bee spreads is word of mouth, because there's nothing better. And we get great word of mouth because people can see a visible difference when they start with us. If any of my current clients are on right now, let's give everyone a heads up. Like, let people know how fast things work. But I wanted to tell you why things work so fast. I'm going to try and do this quickly. My science brain gets in gear, and I could go on for hours about this. But, basically, I think that the biggest difference that you'll find between us and other companies is that we don't have any fillers. There are no fillers in any of our products. Nothing that I put in anything. I'm an all or nothing person in life, so I'm also an all or nothing person when it comes to formulation. Everything that is in every formula that I do is active. It doesn't mean that it's harsh. In a lot of other companies, when something says active, it means that it can be harsh for you, that it's turning over skin cells really, really fast. They're trying to get things done, but they also aren't providing supportive material. They aren't providing supportive nutrition into those actives. And so it's a lot like, taking a powerful medication, but not changing your diet. What Brazen Bee does, and what my formulas do, is change your skin's whole diet all at one time, and feed And I'll say that I didn't believe in topicals before I started doing this. I was a nutritionist. I have been a nutritionist for a long time. Of course, I still, very much believe that what you eat and consume makes a big difference. But I had to come to realize after making my own products and seeing the difference in my own skin that topical nutrition is also extremely important. It makes a really big difference in your life. And in fact, can be life-changing for a lot of people. When we get into really pervasive acne and psoriasis and eczema, we can tack on every other skin issue that you've had, from aging skin, fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation. I've treated tinea versicolor, some other science words for things I can't even think of. I've treated it all, and my clients are always flabbergasted at how quickly their skin starts to heal. And that has to come from the fact that I use whole herbs. Powder the herbs, they're whole. Mother Nature gave them to us in a complete form. Other companies are extracting things out of those herbs in a singular form. Because we can look at scientific studies and they say, science says, oh, we think it's this chemical in the comfrey. We think it's this factor in the horsetail. We think it's this. And they'll pick everything apart and dissect it and then get it out of the herb, sure, so it's natural, and then put it back in a formula singularly. Now, what that does is separate those beautiful chemicals that the plants make away from all of the nutrition the Mother Nature intended in the whole plant. And it doesn't make any sense to me, because we always find that the way that Mother Nature makes a plant is that, there may be a very active portion or chemical or two top things in that we find that heals scars or helps with acne or does all of those things, but all of the minor players are just as important. It's like watching a play. It's so much more interesting when you get to meet all the other characters and see the interaction with the major and minor and what that does. And so, when it comes to the face washes, they're in whole complete form. When you add water to it, you've activated, just like brewing tea, you've activated all of the components of those herbs, and you're putting them directly on your skin after you activate them. And then with our moisturizers, it's really the same thing. Once, every oil and butter that I use is in the rawest form that I can get, and hopefully is cold pressed. Sometimes that's not available, and I have to be okay with that. But cold pressed oils, as you may know from looking at dietary issues, have the most polyphenols, which are the greens of your plant. They have the most minerals still present, the most vitamin content still present. And so when we use whole oils, not treated or deodorized or anything like that, when we use the whole oils, we have whole plant nutrition coming to your skin. And so again, that's why we have that 3-day turnaround time, where most typically someone emails me within 3 days of starting with us and says, I absolutely can't believe I've been paying, $100 for a moisturizer. I've been paying $80 for a cleanser. I've been doing this. I've been doing 5 or 6 or 7 different products. I've been doing this mask, and I've never seen anything like this before. And it really is just like, getting on a juice cleanse, doing a big dietary change for yourself, and being like, oh my God, I feel so incredibly different. My brain is working better. My body's working better. But that can happen with the skin as well. And it's just from the plants, it's just when we use them in their whole form, magic happens. Your skin receives, and we know that the skin is an uptake system. It is not just a protectant for you. It does that job as well, and it does a better job at protecting you when you use these whole herb formulas. So some of the emails that we get back right away are just like, the change is amazing. My skin feels healthier. And I'll say, while I don't want you to, because it ends up that clients start out and you need to use it every day. You need to do a daily regimen. But as people continue with us for a while, honestly, you can skip a day or two. Because your skin is healthier, it has more fortitude about it. It's more nourished, just like your body when you're eating really well. Things bounce back faster. You may find yourself to not be as allergenic to things as you used to be. So these are just some notes to take. But at the base of this, I wanted to talk about how I was speaking with a young client of mine about, he came in, he's all about it. I've known him for years. He purchased, 6 or 7 different face products at a time and started using them all at once. And things started to purge a little bit, which can be normal with us, but I don't ever want to see you break out for more than 3 days. Other companies will tell you that it can be like a 2-week waiting time. I don't like that. That means that we've gotten ourselves into a cycle and the skin is reacting to something instead of just purging something. So I expect only a few days of maybe a little bit of extra acne if acne is what we're treating. But anything beyond that, I disagree with in the skincare world, and I don't want it to last any longer than that. I work towards actually no purge at all, just a nice, slow healing of the skin. I say slow, it's pretty fast, but I don't like the purge to happen. Anyway, he's using 5 products in the morning or throughout the day, and I said, honey, that's too much. I want basically 2 things to be the things that you feel like you can't be without and shouldn't be without: your moisturizer and your cleanser. That's it. That should, again, do like a good 70% of the work, sometimes just 100% of the work, and we're good there. But that's because the way that I formulate is so intensive and so full of nutrition that I want your cleanser and your moisturizer to do almost everything for you, which, I don't make as much money because I'm not trying to sell you 5 different things. I'm trying to really get you to stay on 2 things. Your toner, also pretty crucial, because my toners are the other half of my moisturizer. I can't and don't want to put water in my moisturizer. For one, because I would then have to add chemical preservatives, and I refuse to do that. There are no chemicals in anything that we make, not one. And that is something I'm very staunch on. I feel very protective of my clients and myself. I couldn't find anything that I wanted to use 10 years ago when I started doing this. I kept finding little crap things in every product at Whole Foods, at everywhere. Everything that said it was natural still had some crap in it. So I will never go back on that. That's the way we are. Yeah, I feel like that's it, right? I just wanted to let you guys know that you shouldn't feel like you need to start with everything when you get started with us. I want you to start at least with a cleanser and a moisturizer. If you're doing one of the tri-packs, that's going to come with your toner. Your toner is also very important, not because I believe in toning the skin. The toner is not a toner. It's another way to get herbs and aloe vera onto your skin and create an even better healing cycle for yourself. So, that's it. That's what I want you to start with. I don't want you to add in retin rose at the beginning. Please don't do that. That can be irritating for some people. I want you to work up to things and try different things as time goes by, because I want to pulse on just those 2 products, your cleanser and your moisturizer, and I want to know that they're doing for you the real magic. And then after that, we can start adding some more things in. But that's it. That's why our things work fast. That's why I get those emails within 3 days. That's what makes me teary-eyed when I open my messages in the morning or my text messages. So I hope you guys are having a very beautiful Sunday and that you've gotten started with us. And if you haven't, please do. Thank you.